Hello, hello my dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So today I'm going to be showing you how I prepare and cook celeriac. It's one of my favorite vegetables. So let's begin. So first of all, your celeriac is most likely quite muddy and dirty around the root area. It's not the easiest vegetable to prepare and peel, I must say. So I normally, wash it as much as I can with a brush. There's still some dirt left in some crevices, as you can see, but we're gonna peel that off. So what I do, I like peeling this with a knife, the bottom part, the roots, more with the knife. So you just try and take as little off as possible. However, you obviously want to get rid of all the kind of dirt and all the debris in between. So you might need to cut quite a little bit off until you come to this clean flesh just underneath it. So I just try, obviously if you've got some deep crevices and you don't want to slice too much of the vegetable off, then you can kind of just cut into like grooves like this to try and clear up this, like this in between, yeah? Just cutting in to go in, yeah? So basically I'm just gonna keep on doing that until we get most of this root area done. Right, so now when I've got the root part done, I've got the stop bit, and the stop bit can be peeled with the vegetable peeler. That's much easier up here. And this top part I can still kind of cut a bit off with the knife, just the very tops of it, and then continue peeling with vegetable peeler until you see this kind of white flesh. You want to get rid of this harder, different colored, kind of rougher skin around here. And that seems about right. Don't overdo it, because obviously you don't want to get rid of too much of this yummy celeriac goodness. So I'm gonna just wash this, clean up our chopping board, and we're gonna chop it up. So now I've washed the celeriac to make sure I've removed all the dirt, and then I've just kind of toweled it off with a bit of paper towel to make sure it's not too slippy for us cutting it, not to get injured. So what we want to do, we want to slice it into kind of steaks of about 1 centimeter, right? Slices, and then we're going to cube it. So it is quite irregular, so just a little bit maybe thicker than a centimeter, about centimeter or so. Just try and do it as obviously as even of the slices as you can. Careful not to slip with your knife, because it's quite an awkward shape. Like I said, maybe if you're not confident with a knife, maybe cut the bottom of it up and then you can slice it that way, which will be a bit safer for you. So then I'm gonna just slice it into these slices and into squares, trying to cube them basically. So we're gonna try and get uniform cubes out of these. There we go. So now we're ready for the next step, sauteing this lovely celeriac. So I've got my pan heated up. I'm using a Zepter, a really great make pan, and I'm gonna link to this pans in the description below. But what it is, as you can see, look, what you need to do, you need to make sure you heat it up until it becomes where the water does rose. As you can see, then it's ready to be fried without oil. So I'm adding, stainless steel, good quality stainless steel pans like this, you can fry in them without using any fat, but you need to make sure you heat it up to the temperature like I showed you, where a bit of water is just rolling around in the pan. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on them to help them release their water a little bit. And we want to brown the celeriac a little bit. We don't want it to get too burnt or anything. We just want to brown it a little bit. So just, if you have a non-stick pan, then that's great too. You can do it in that as well. And when it starts sticking, either in this stainless steel one or in your non-stick one, all you do is you just add a couple of tablespoons of water or vegetable stock and deglaze the pan. Mine is actually not sticking too bad yet. It's getting nicely browned. So this recipe I took from Jamie Oliver's recipe. His obviously original recipe was, this bit was made with oil, so you fry the celeriac for a few minutes with oil. But since on my channel I don't use oil, we don't fry with oil, we dry fry ingredients that need frying, so I'm doing here without. So all you're going to need is your celeriac. You're going to need some thyme, so I've got some dried thyme here, or you could use fresh if you have. And then I've got a couple of cloves of garlic that I've crushed already here. And then about 2-3 tablespoons of water that we're going to add. And then we're going to take it off, on lower. Close the lid and saute it. And I'm cooking on my induction hob here, my Tefal every day, and I'll link for you as well if you're wanting to get a induction hob. This one really heats up really quickly. It does have a little bit of a sound from how it's working. You might hear it a little bit in the background. I think it's the fan. Well, I don't know if it's the fan or just the mechanism, but it's not too loud. It's quite good, and like I say, it heats up pretty fast. Right, so I've got my celeriac slightly browned as I want it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just place garlic for just 1 minute to fry that a little bit. So this is a couple of cloves of garlic that I just want to fry to get it fragrant for just a minute. You don't want to burn it. Okay, so now it's starting to stick a little bit. Oh, the flavors. So I've added the garlic. I've deglazed it with a little bit of water, and I'm going to add 2-3 more tablespoons of water here. And then we're going to, you want a little bit of water just at the bottom, and then half a teaspoon of thyme. Yeah, just add half a teaspoon of thyme. I'm gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna put it on low and close the lid. Okay, and we leave this now for about 20 minutes. I might add actually an extra tablespoon of water. You obviously you need to make sure that it doesn't completely dry out, that it has a little bit of liquid just at the bottom, because it's nicely sautés it. So yeah, just put a lid on and then leave it on the lowest to saute for about 20 minutes to fully cook and soften. So it's been 20 minutes, and the beauty of this pot is that I switched off my induction cooker about 10 minutes in, as my gauge here on the top reach the last of the red indentations around there on the green, so it kind of reached the good temperature. And then you know, if you haven't got much left to cook, you can switch the pot off, and that will, the heat, because it's so well insulated, the Zepter pot will actually finish cooking your meal. And I think that is so amazing, because it saves quite a bit of energy with cooking. So let's check. Oh, it's going to be a little bit steamy here. I wish you could smell this. It smells fantastic. So I'm gonna, and they're nice and soft, cooked through. So I'm gonna take a few pieces and taste test it for you. So let me taste test this. It smells so good. The thyme and the garlic, and I put a tiny bit of salt just on these couple of pieces. I did add a little bit of salt when cooking, sautéing at the start. However, if you feel like you want more, you can just add to your plate. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Oh, yum. The garlic, you know, the thyme just gives that lovely flavor. Oh my goodness. If you wanted to, you could also add stock rather than water, but I actually prefer just leaving it plain with water, because then I can absolutely taste these delicious flavors of the celeriac. And you know what else is so amazing about this dish? I've just given this dish to taste to my husband, and he also noticed. I thought I was maybe going crazy, but when you eat it, it tastes like it's almost got oil on it. Although I haven't added, you've seen, I haven't added a drop of oil at all. It was just dry sautéed celeriac with a bit of salt. Then I've added the garlic and thyme, and then let it kind of steam and infuse for 20 minutes. Like saute it in its own juices on very low for 20 minutes, and that was it. And the result is just a mouthfeel. It just, and even in the pan, it almost looks like it's got oil, and it really tastes as it would have oil. So I don't know if it released in natural oils or something, but I'm just so amazed. This is the first time I've actually done it in this pot, so I don't know if the pot has got something to do with it as well, or just the fact that I switched off the heat. and let it kind of cook itself. I don't know, but try it and let me know if you find that you get this amazing kind of oily tasting mouthfeel, which is just feels so rich. And celeriac, cooked celeriac, tastes to me a little bit like a really nicely cooked potato, like a fried potato in a way. So I don't know, let me know if you get that oily taste and like a potato flavor too. Would be interesting to know what you think, guys. So this is an amazing dish that you don't add a drop of oil to, but it ends up tasting the mouthfeel as if you have. So I'm so loving this recipe, and I need to get my hands on more celeriac. So such a easy and tasty recipe. I hope you try it. If you do, let me know what you thought. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification to get notified when I release videos every Wednesday, and I do Cook Along for Weight Loss show every Sunday at 7 o'clock GMT time. And let me know as well, I'm always looking for suggestions of what other videos you'd like to see on here, maybe preparing a different vegetable, maybe a certain dish you'd like to see, a dessert, some baking. So yeah, let me know, and I'll try my best to do a video for you. And remember, guys, food is fuel, so be mindful of what you put in the body. Until next time.